Hey everyone, it's me again, coming from the LR, and I decided to share a poem with you guys today. Something that I was inspired to write. I wrote it this morning, and it's something that I think that a lot of guys can relate to. Not every guy. Usually, I write poetry for the ladies, but as this one started to unfold, I realized it was something again that I feel like some of the guys can relate to. And it's something that you ladies you enjoy also, at least I hope. And gives kind of an indication, I guess, maybe of some of my writing skills and my imagination in terms of being able to put thoughts down on paper. Now, the only problem is I tend to write better than I speak. So I'm gonna try to do the poems justice and hopefully just bear with me. But listen carefully to the words. And I would try to have the inflection in my voice in order to actually do some justice to the poem. But I'm not Gil Scott Heron, so here goes. I see her across the grassy knoll as she turns ever so slightly. I spot a glimpse in her eyes, and my heart flutters with unabated desire. As I anticipate the sweet enfolding of our bodies when we share a sweet ambiance that is reserved by only the truest desires of devotion and endearment. Although we have only discovered each other in such a small window of time, I am free of doubt that she is the one to which I am destined to be bound. For her radiance has ignited my being within, and in warmth, messed up that, and its warmth has entrenched the realm that I have kept sacred for far so long. However, I sacrifice willingly and emphatically because she has become a quintessential part of my soul. As I draw near, I notice a sadness in her eyes, and my world abruptly comes to an unexpected cessation. My heart is now pounding with agitation, for I dread what may follow once I ask the unavoidable question. For I fear whatever is to come as deficient as its intent, with the price of unequivocal and irreparable devastation. Yet it behooves me to ask. As she began to speak, I feel my spirit spiraling down into an abyss of darkness, so far that I can barely hear the words that she is speaking. I can only follow the movement of her lips. I thought to myself, how could these lips that were ever so lovely and succulent deliver the revered words that I am about to hear? I think we should be just friends. There it was, the phrase that has eradicated the emotions and revelry of many who have sought the elusive kiss of a door, but instead were only saddened by the mortal blows of desolation. There has been no weapon fashioned by man that can penetrate the flesh as deep as a woman's words can pierce the nectar of a man's soul. As she walks away, I stand here in a moment where time has ceased to exist. I stare within myself to find the strength to turn and flee the moment so that I would not call out to her and race by her side. I stand for a moment in this suspended time until I can no longer ponder any reason to stay for someone who has long left my sight, and now the essence of her presence is but a faded memory. I leave now, surely not the man in which I came. Back in my room, I watched Jack hit the rocks and begin to swirl around. I stared into the glass and wondered, why has love evaded me for so often and for so long? Does the love that I ache for even exist? Or is it just a mythical manifestation of my imagination sent to torment me? I have a desire for sustainable love that defies nature and the realm of time. The love that you look forward to coming home to each night and the times you are apart only fortifies the sanctity of your commitment to one another because there is no one else who exists outside the heavenly domain you all have created. Or is it possible that that type of love does not exist? Or perhaps I'm just not worthy of such a bliss. As I lie back on the bed, I grab the pillow to cover my head so I may block out the bitterness and cruel twist of fate that haunts my thoughts from the events of the day. I plunge my intentions into the music and listen to Michael Henderson sing a Norman Connor song. But as I listen, I can't help but to wonder, when will my starship arrive and I find a love of my own? The tender words from an AWB song. So as I become further entrenched into the song, a revelation comes upon me. Wanting to love is a treasure to behold, for the proficiency to love is an invocation not given to all, and having the innate desire to be loved is something that burns even in the darkest of soul. So I realize true love will come if it is meant to be. But as it stands right now, I love love, but love just don't love me. Okay, well, that's it. Um, Hopefully, again, like I said, I did some justice to it, and hopefully you guys like it. I really encourage, feedback, that y'all tell me what you thought about it. And again, always, as I say, go back, visit the website, um, purchase some things, give me some support. I'm trying to get, like again, I've said this before, it's like beating a dead horse. I'm trying to get things out. I'm trying to get the words out. And granted, the novel is nothing like poetry. Uh, Definitely is totally different because I wouldn't have a novel of poetry. That would be boring. I mean, even to me. So it's just to give you an idea of, I guess, again, like I said in the beginning, my imagination and being able to put things down on paper. And if you find it interesting, uh, you definitely, will find the novel interesting if I ever get it published. But I've said enough. Uh, I appreciate you guys listening. And again, like I say, I've never done this before. I've never shared my work publicly. Usually, if I have written for an individual, on that individual have seen it. And a lot of times I just write for myself as far as portraits because I just get a thought and I do that. But again, said enough. Appreciate you listening. Visit the website, share this video, share the link to the website, definitely. And until we talk again. Okay, Greenwood.